Hey there, and hope you're having a beautiful day. My name is Courtney, and I have been a BCBA since 2020. In this video, I will be going over positive reinforcement. Let's start with defining reinforcement and positive. Reinforcement is anything that increases the likelihood of a behavior occurring again in the future. This depends on both what the individual likes and what they are motivated for in the moment. For example, someone telling you that you did a super-duper awesome job at something, you might be more likely to do whatever you did again. We can use this to encourage clients to repeat behaviors and skills that we want to see. Now, we can split reinforcement into two categories, positive and negative. This is where some people get confused, so pay close attention. Positive does not mean good in this context. Instead, think of positive in a more mathematical context, because in ABA, positive means to add something. Specifically, adding something to the environment. So, again, positive does not mean good, it means to add something. So when we combine positive and reinforcement, it does not mean good reinforcement or reinforcement for doing something good. Take that idea out of your mind completely. Positive reinforcement means adding something to the environment to increase the chances that the behavior being reinforced will happen again in the future. This is so important and should be what you use most of the time when using ABA interventions rather than punishment or negative reinforcement. And I would bet a stupid amount of money that you have already used positive reinforcement in your day-to-day without realizing it. Let me give you some examples. Here is something I am sure most of us can relate to. Work. Showing up, doing your job, going home, sleeping, getting up, and doing it all over again. It's not how I'm sure most of us would choose to use our day if we felt we had a choice. Yet we continue to choose our jobs over a day relaxing with a big fat frozen margarita served in a hollowed out pineapple with a tiny pink umbrella, whipped cream, and a cherry to top it all off on a beach in paradise. But why? Why do we make this choice day after day when we would certainly love to be basking in the sun? Well, the short answer is positive reinforcement. Because you have made an agreement on salary, benefits, hours, and responsibilities with your employer, you receive a paycheck at then end of each pay period. Once you receive the paycheck or reinforcement from your job, you are then able to continue to do important things like eat, sleep with a roof over your head, and afford gas for your car. Being able to continue to provide for yourself, your family, and your fur babies is reinforcing enough to get millions of people out of bed before the sun comes up every morning to sit in traffic and go to work. But if you're lucky like me, you love what you do. Anyway, the point is, people are willing to do the work because they are positively reinforced by the money that is added to their environment on payday. To summarize, money is the positive reinforcement. Money is added to the environment, making it positive, and it increases the likelihood that you will clock into work tomorrow, making it reinforcement. Positive reinforcement can be anything that the person wants, that is added to the environment that will increase the likelihood of that behavior occurring in the future. For example, if you pet a dog and the dog gives you kisses, that dog positively reinforced you, petting them by adding kisses to your environment. If you ask for food and your lovely, thoughtful husband brings you a plate of spaghetti, he positively reinforced you asking for food by adding food into your environment. Same with a child asking for a cookie. If you make a trip to the library, you will be positively reinforced by borrowing books if that piques your fancy. Maybe all the hard work you put into modifying your car is positively reinforced by you winning the drag race. All the work that you put into your kids and spouse might be positively reinforced when they all snuggle you on the couch at the end of the day and add love and affection into your environment. I know I've positively reinforced eating really healthy with some candy I was craving at the end of the week. And don't forget about attention from others being positive reinforcement when you're into the interaction. You know, like the applause you'd get after trying your best but coming in last for your motorcycle race? Don't worry, we aren't being sarcastically proud of you, I promise. In conclusion, positive reinforcement is adding something to the environment to increase the likelihood of a behavior occurring again in the future. Reinforcement can come in many forms and should be individualized to each person. This can be done by asking caregivers what the client is likely to do tasks for, asking the client if they are able to tell you, observation of what the client is motivated for, and reinforcer assessments. Always talk to your BCBA and caregivers before providing edibles as reinforcement when working in the field. Please check out other videos on operant conditioning, including negative reinforcement, positive punishment, negative punishment, operant conditioning overview, and the quiz video so that you can evaluate your understanding of all the information. Thanks for watching.